The Lost Tribes of Israel, unraveling an ancient mystery. Imagine waking up one morning to find that an entire civilization, thousands of people, had simply vanished. No trace, no explanation, just whispers carried by the wind across distant lands. What if I told you that this isn't just legend, but a real historical enigma? Over 2,700 years ago, an empire rose, a kingdom fell, and 10 tribes disappeared from recorded history. Were they truly lost, or have they been hiding in plain sight all along? Could their descendants still walk among us today, carrying fragments of an ancient past within their traditions and bloodlines? Join us as we uncover the greatest unsolved mystery of the ancient world, a story of war, exile, and a legacy that refuses to fade. This is the journey of the Lost Tribes of Israel, the fall of the Northern Kingdom. It is 722 BCE. The mighty Assyrian Empire, led by King Shalmaneser V, launches a relentless siege on Samaria, the fortified capital of the Northern Kingdom of Israel. The city, once a beacon of prosperity and faith, is now a battleground of desperation. For 3 harrowing years, the Israelites endure starvation, disease, and ceaseless attacks, their hopes dwindling with each passing day. The mighty walls of Samaria, once symbols of strength and divine favor, finally crumble under the unyielding force of the Assyrian war machine. Chaos erupts as soldiers storm the city, slaughtering those who resist and reducing homes and sacred sites to ashes. The streets run red with blood, and the cries of the conquered fill the air. The Assyrians, masters of psychological and physical warfare, enforce their ruthless policy of forced migration. Tens of thousands of Israelites, men, women, and children, are seized, shackled, and marched in chains across vast distances into the heart of the Assyrian Empire. Families are torn apart, their names erased from records, their traditions suppressed. Those who once lived freely in the land, promised to their ancestors, now face a bleak, uncertain future as captives in foreign lands. Their exile is not just physical, it is a calculated attempt to erase their culture, dissolve their identity, and break their spirit forever. The Bible records this fateful moment in 2 Kings 17:6. The king of Assyria deported Israel to Assyria and settled them in Hala, in Gozan on the Haber River, and in the towns of the Medes. But what truly became of them? Did they vanish into the abyss of history, consumed by assimilation and time? Or did they embark on an unseen journey, their legacy preserved in ways yet to be discovered? Some historians suggest that remnants of these lost tribes continued to wander, scattering across lands far beyond the reach of the Assyrian Empire. Oral traditions, linguistic traces, and cultural echoes hint at a survival story more complex than simple annihilation. Could their descendants still walk among us, hidden in plain sight, waiting for their story to be told once more? Theories of eastward migration. Scholars and historians have long pondered the fate of the exiled tribes. One compelling theory posits that these groups migrated eastward, integrating into emerging civilizations far from their original homeland. Notably, the Pashtun tribes of Afghanistan and Pakistan present a fascinating case. Identifying themselves as Bani Israel, meaning children of Israel, the Pashtuns maintain oral traditions that trace their ancestry directly to the lost tribes. Anthropological studies reveal that the Pashtuns observe customs bearing remarkable resemblance to ancient Israelite practices. These include circumcision performed on the 8th day after birth, adherence to dietary laws akin to kashrut, and rituals of purification that mirror those outlined in Levitical texts. Additionally, Pashtun tribal names and genealogies often reflect those of the Israelite tribes, with some clans claiming descent from Ephraim, Reuben, and Levi. While these cultural parallels are striking, the absence of definitive genetic evidence leaves room for debate. Nonetheless, the persistence of such traditions over millennia suggests a profound connection, inviting further exploration into the Pashtuns' historical roots. Traces across continents. The mystery of the lost tribes spans the globe. The Beta Israel of Ethiopia practice a unique form of Judaism, with customs resembling the tribe of Dan. In India, the Bene Israel trace their roots to 7 Jewish couples who survived a shipwreck, preserving Jewish rites while integrating into Indian culture. The Lemba people of southern Africa observe rituals like kosher laws and male circumcision. Genetic studies reveal that some Lemba men carry markers linked to ancient Israelite priests. These communities offer living clues to the lost tribe's legacy, though their true origins remain a mystery, a prophecy yet to be fulfilled. If these lost tribes still exist, what does it mean for the future? The Bible foretells their return. Ezekiel 37:21 declares, "I will take the Israelites out of the nations where they have gone. I will make them one nation in the land." Could their rediscovery signal the final act of an ancient prophecy? History is never truly lost. It waits, hidden in names, in traditions, in the blood of those who remember. The lost tribes of Israel may not be lost at all. Perhaps they are simply waiting to be found. Modern research and controversies. While some scholars dismiss the idea of the lost tribes surviving intact, others argue that their traces exist in cultures, traditions, and even DNA. Historical records speak of Jewish traders, isolated communities, and tribes claiming descent from ancient Israel. But what if the key to their existence lies in the very lands they were exiled to? In recent years, advances in genetic research have reignited interest in the fate of the lost tribes. Some studies suggest shared genetic markers with Middle Eastern populations, while others remain skeptical. Could modern technology finally unlock the truth, the cultural legacy of the lost tribes? Regardless of where the lost tribes ended up, their cultural influence remains. From the Pashtuns of Afghanistan to the Igbo of Nigeria, echoes of ancient traditions still persist. Could these customs be remnants of a forgotten identity, preserved against all odds? Perhaps the true mystery is not whether the lost tribes still exist, but how their heritage has endured through millennia. Their story is more than history. It is a bridge between the past and the present. The search for the lost tribes is not just about the past. It's a journey through identity, faith, and forgotten histories. But what if they were never truly lost? And if they return, will we be ready to recognize them? There are still more mysteries waiting to be uncovered, and the story is far from over.